This is Rap Son, worshiping the Most High God of Israel alone and carrying on the legacy and teachings of my dear Father and our dear messenger, Rap the News. Shalom, family, or should I say Shabbat Shalom. So today we're doing a bit of an update, a long overdue update on our garden. So as you see here, we started out with some Miracle Grow garden soil, and this was back in May that we started. So it's been a few months and hopefully we'll see some produce soon. So initially we started out with these pots, which we got from the dollar store a while ago, and I would advise do not get pots from the dollar store. They will literally crack and burst on you. Along with the pots, we also got these seedling trays. I think it has like 72 cells in it, and we also filled it with some Miracle Grow soil. And these ones do very well as opposed to the ones that already come with pre-filled soil that you see right here. These are the pellet ones. You water them, they expand, and from my experience, they did not produce good results at all, and they're more expensive than the previous ones I showed you. So stay away, beware, be afraid, be very afraid. We ended up building this around them to keep the rabbits out, to keep the birds out, and to provide them with a little shaded area. So as you can see, we also got the purple collard cuttings there. We planted all different types of seeds. Unfortunately, most of the ones in the picture were planted in those pellet containers, and again, they did not do well. But we're going to try to replant them if the Most High is willing, and hopefully yield some better results. We even got these miniature pots for my daughter. She filled it up herself. You know, she's already grown at one. She's gonna grow her some strawberries. She loves strawberries. Now this right here is why you do not get dollar store pots. They come at a value, but they cost you more in the end. They just popped on me. Now right here I'm filming the first growth that we had, and I believe it to be a collard. I can't quite remember, but I believe it is a collard. So sometime later, the Most High allowed us to get a few pots. I ended up getting clay pots. I wanted them to last. I didn't want them to break. But the Most High blessed us to be able to repot some of these plants. Look at that. That's just a mess. And all praise to the Most High for everyone who donates. It helps a lot. But all praise to the Most High God for everyone who supports the channel in general. So as you can see, we at least got the collard cuttings into the new pot. That's all we had enough for at that time. Most things in your life you're going to find out is going to be a bit of a struggle or a challenge as a believer. Even if it's just a struggle within, you're struggling with something. If everything came easy, you wouldn't appreciate it as much. The Most High is not looking for somebody who's going to break down. He's looking for somebody who's going to be successful and win through. The same thing as a gardener you are looking for in your crops. Despite whatever's thrown at it, despite whatever difficulty it goes through, it still springs up and shines. So when we got our clay pots, I was also looking for a grape plant. There was just one left. I've been looking for it for a while, and then we finally found just one. So we went ahead and soaked the roots and got that planted, and as you can see, it has a little green growth on it. So it has signs of life. So fast forward until earlier today, and this is the grape plant. It needs more room to grow. So that small little plant is now not so small. It needs more room to grow, but we ain't got the dough. So I want to build a bigger place for it if the Most High is willing. Because as with all the plants, if you just leave it out in the open or it's not secured good enough, then it's going to be gone overnight. There's way too many predators. Speaking of which, they got to our collards and other plants, like the pepper plant, and they just chewed it down so badly. Now the collards, I'm not too worried about. I mean, they ate the leaves, which, I mean, you have to pick the leaves and everything to eat the collards anyways. But it should just grow back if the Most High is willing. But today the Most High God blessed us to be able to get some organic natural pesticide to go ahead and spread just these fat caterpillars that just eating all of our crops. Just tearing them up. It done got rid of two completely, but it's like a group of them. And again, all praise to the Most High God for your donations and your help. It helps us really get through a pinch. And lastly, we moved the tomatoes, the corn, a couple of the lemongrass, and a couple of the pepper plants to this open area, and I'm hoping that it's secure enough that nothing gets in there and, like I said, devour it overnight. Now, one thing with these, they need a new pot, a bigger, deeper pot, because the roots are already growing through the bottom of these. Now, it's being grown in a pot for a reason. I know some people may be thinking, why are you growing corn in a pot? And why are you growing grape in a pot? Why don't you just put them in the ground and let them just go? But the idea is to try to keep them mobile, because we are considering selling our house and moving to a more remote rural location to where you don't see neighbors whatsoever. Because in the collapse, when they see your land all built up and well-to-do, you got your crops, you got your animals, you got water storage, everything, they're coming to take. Survival of the fittest, anarchy. The less we have to deal with, the better. Shabbat Shalom, family. This is Rap Son.